Hallo, willkommen zu Lonestar. Wir spielen Call of Cthulhu. Wir sind gerade in Darkwater Port angekommen. Jetzt wollen wir uns mal umschauen. Wir können jetzt entweder zur Bar gehen oder zum Captain oder uns einfach so erstmal umsehen. Ich würde sagen, wir schauen uns erstmal um. Wir sind ein bisschen klein, ne? So im Vergleich zu dem. Oh, eine seltsam leuchtende Lampe. Mit grünem Schein. Okay. Ja, nette Gegend hier, hm? The Stranded Whale since 1772. Reicht nicht einstellen, müssen wir mehrere aufhängen. Mit Harpunen. Natürlich nicht nett. Prohibition ist wohl hier nicht so ganz gut gesehen.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Hat ja auch super funktioniert.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand, you're not sailors.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand, you're not sailors. It's a sign.
Ja, vielleicht eine riesen Schiffsschraube, kann es gewesen sein.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Wieso denn?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't?
Ja.
Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the...
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
Ja, du
You
kannst...
can't understand, you're not
Ja,
sailors.
der wirkt mich einfach ab, die Sau.
There's something...
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Tja,
That's no way to treat an
okay. Wir hätten vielleicht was anderes zuerst fragen sollen.
He's gonna get us into
Ah, ja.
trouble. You can't understand.
Die gucken alle ein
you're
bisschen
not
seltsam
sailors.
aus und
It's a sign.
als wären sie alle verwandt
There's something
miteinander.
coming.
Zumindest der da und der
Something real
da.
bad.
Don't put that
Der da.
beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Ah ja.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Gehen wir mal zur Bar. Hallo erstmal? Die reden nicht mit einem. Schauen wir erstmal durchs Fenster. Oh ja, sieht gut genug aus. Nette Begrüßung.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Ich bin doch kein Troublemaker. Ah, hier kann man die Tests machen auf Strengths, Eloquence. Ja. Machen wir mal hier den Test, hä?
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You
Ja, genau, ich
mistake
bin
my
durch die Tür gegangen.
I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Dann fragen wir mal nach dem Darkwater.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory.
Naja,
We've never known such wealth since then.
ja genau. Alles kaputt machen und Tiere umbringen für Wells.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Naja.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Ja, ich habe ja schon eins gesehen.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Ja.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings.
Ja,
Never
ja, ja.
understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Das hatten wir ja gerade schon mal.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Fragen wir mal nach dem Warehouse.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Ja, da wir ein Alkoholiker sind, trinken wir lieber nix.
That'll be all for now.
Was haben wir denn hier? Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me that what he found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbor Master's office. Ja, ja. Das Problem ist ja wohl eher... Ah, wir haben wieder ein paar Punkte. Dass die Cops gar nicht mit mir reden wollen, hm? Roy Mitchell, age 55, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of this island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Skiller, the last whaling ship to have brought back the catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small jobs for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away in the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Not zum Glück. The Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it is managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and even I saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailor. Sleeping pills. Ah ja. Ein Pünktchen könnte man jetzt investieren, aber... Geben wir uns ein bisschen mehr Investigation. Wir sind ja schließlich ein Detektiv. Und da sollte man schon ein bisschen Punkte haben. Professional sind wir ja schon, aber vielleicht können wir es ja noch ein bisschen steigern. So. No. Muss man noch validieren. Gut. Dann schauen wir uns hier doch mal ein bisschen um.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Ah, da hat er anschreiben lassen. So, dass es alle sehen können. Da sind alte Bilder drauf.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he...
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Miraculous catch. The Skiller returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Skiller, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of what the formidable toothed whales, the Cthulhu that is already being called a miraculous catch, covered the whole deck and part of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste a miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
He laughed.
My God. She will do it again, you know.
So, was haben wir noch?
The girl doctor. Cold.
Einer, der ein Buch liest. Dann sagen wir doch mal Hallo.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Okay. Der hat ein paar seltsame Zeichen auf seinem Körper.
Do you like our song?
Ja, klar.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Glaube ich auch.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
Tja, wenn
You
man sie alle
exhausted the
umbringt.
stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Ja, so long, suckers. Abgesperrt. Ah, die sieht so aus, als wäre sie hier Teil irgendwie von der Unterwelt.
What you looking at, stranger?
Naja, dich.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Okay.
I told you to beat it.
Okay. Ich wollte ihr auch gar nicht gratulieren dazu, dass sie saufen kann. Aber ich habe die Antwort nicht ganz absehen können, was er eigentlich sagen will. Das hängt ja wohl sehr gefährlich da oben an der Wand. Ja? Also an der Decke. Wenn es runterfällt, dann bumm. Ja? Naja.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Gut, machen wir die Tür wieder zu. Schauen wir uns mal erstmal um. Falls es überhaupt noch hält und man nicht gleich ins Wasser fällt. Bisschen viele Schiffe, die da abgewrackt sind.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. Das war sicher die Dame vorhin. Ja, wir gehen auch in sein Büro rein, ziehen erstmal eine Tür auf. Eine Schublade auf und stöbern in seinen Sachen.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Ah ja, das Klo.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Okay, Scylla heißt das Ding. Was habe ich immer gesagt? Irgendwas anderes. Hm? This second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Ob ich damit ein bisschen mehr jetzt Medicine weiß? 14%, vermutlich nicht. Ja. Wer weiß. Naja. Das sieht auch nett aus da hinten. Sollen wir da mal drücken?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Ja. Aber nur half, weil da steht er ja noch. Und zwar sogar ganz.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907 and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Können wir auch nicht lesen. Ich finde es schade, dass die Auflösung hier nicht so ganz hoch ist. Muss mal gucken, ich habe doch die richtige... Ja, ist einfach gegangen. Richtige Auflösung eingestellt. Ah, ja. Miraculous catch. The miraculous catch is what the locals call the last catch of their whalers. In 1847, also whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater whalers. The crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the time still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, Private Detective. Es hört sich schon so ein bisschen an, als würde ich die Insel gar nicht mehr verlassen, sondern nur noch das Tagebuch von ihm würde übrig bleiben, in dem man das nachlesen kann. Ja, also so richtig haben wir da jetzt nichts rausgekriegt, hä? Gut. Das lässt da die Lampe laufen. Dann brennen wir noch das ganze Ding ab hier. Hm? Oh. Vielleicht könnten wir hier noch weitere Sachen finden. wenn man andere Sachen gesteigert hätte.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Fehlt aber ein Bein. In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on a bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Das ist
What a
wooden leg.
macabre souvenir.
Ja, hier fehlt mir vielleicht ein Skill, weil ich es öffnen kann, aber nichts sehe. Naja, okay, können wir nichts machen, würde ich sagen. Hm? Ist halt so. Der Fitzroy wird sich eh dann mutig aufmachen und wieder nach Hause fahren. Und wir bleiben auf der Insel. Vielleicht für immer. Naja.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Ja.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Reden wir erstmal über Darkwater.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
War vielleicht ein großer Tanker, sieht so ähnlich aus wie von einer riesen Schiffsschraube.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Eben, bis ich genügend Erfahrungspunkte habe, um dann mit Medizin irgendwie eine Stufe höher die Wunden mir nochmal anzuschauen. Aber jetzt,
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Ja, ich hab's mir schon angeschaut, aber es war nicht so interessant.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
Die habe ich auch schon gesehen.
I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
So kann man es auch nennen.
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Aber ich komme da gerade nicht
You
durch.
know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Alright. Character point earned. Gibt es vielleicht doch noch was an dem Bein zu sehen?
What a macabre souvenir.
Nein. Dann machen wir doch die Schubladen zu. Hopp. Dann geben wir uns noch ein Pünktchen. Ich verstehe das System immer noch nicht. 1 CP. Er sagt 5 needed before next level. Okay. Schauen wir erstmal, dass wir den noch 4 bekommen. Man wird bei dem Spiel nicht auch alles hochsetzen können, sondern wird sich auf irgendwas beschränken müssen. Ah, die 2 sind neu. Setzen sie schön parallel hin. Als hätten sie das im Synchronschwimmen gelernt.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Okay, die wurden also auch von Cat bedroht. Gehen wir nachher mal dahinter, Richtung zum Warehouse. Aber ich würde sagen, machen wir nicht mehr heute. Machen wir an dieser Stelle lieber ein kleines Päuschen. Und ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal.